I definitely knew it was going to be tough, but I didn't think it was going to be as hard as the transition was. Like the main part for me was just figuring, because the 450 you can get away with so much. Like I
Yeah,
know it's it's a heavier bike, but if you come up short on a rhythm section or you overdrive a rhythm section, like you just literally give it a bleep and you're good. And
yeah,
that's where I struggled on the 250. Because I was riding a 450 for 3 years. I just got so used to, if I made a mistake, it would just get me out of it.
yeah.
And like, man, in December and January, like the practice track, I was crashing heaps. Like I was crashing nearly like every time I was riding.
Fuck,
And it
that'd
was
get
just
old.
like the setup wasn't, yeah, like the setup was a little bit off, but it was, everyone was like, oh, what's going on? And I was taking the blame because it was just me figuring it all out.
Yeah,
And I was going to like, we were doing press days and stuff. And like, I crashed at every press day. Just looked like a total idiot. Like, and I was just like, man, like, I'm starting to bang myself up. Like, I'm having big ones and I'm getting away with it. Like, I'm going to get hurt soon.
yeah. There's
And
only
then
so long
that's
you can
when
do
it just
that.
like, yeah. And then I just started like really putting a lot of like bike time in. I was riding like 4 days a week. And we were putting like long days in, and then it just started kind of clicking when I just started figuring the whole bike thing out. Like it was a lot harder than I thought. Like the Yamaha's the fastest 450, and then coming back to a 250 that's however many horsepower down, that was definitely the toughest thing. And
Yeah,
fitness wise, you've got to be fitter to ride a 250, I think for sure.
yeah. Really.
Yeah, I,
You just got to
I, I
do
think so.
more
Like I
stuff.
think 100%. You just gotta like you really like the biggest thing I can say is you gotta like exaggerate everything. Like the seat
Yeah,
bounce, you gotta put the effort into it and getting through the rhythms. You like just have to make sure everything's perfect at all times.
yeah.
So
Did you
that's how
like?
I crashed that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I crashed at A1, man. Like I just made a small mistake, got a little bit lazy, and freaking just crashed in the rhythm section. Like just a dumb, stupid thing that would never happen. But it was
Yeah,
just me being lazy.
Yeah, whereas on a 450, you would have gone, oh, fuck, and just gone, hurt, and you would have been sweet.
Yeah, got out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Would have powered out of it.
You've
Yeah.
definitely like. It's pretty hard for a guy at your level to like you watch clips through the week, like all the shit that you put on Instagram. It's kind of hard to see like a
Yeah.
speed change, but you can
Yeah.
actually see you've gotten visibly faster between December and right now. Like the clips that you put up, I can't remember sort of what round it was, but it definitely you started putting up videos and it was like, fuck, he's like getting actually faster. And when you can see it on an
Yeah.
Instagram clip for a guy at your level, it's
Yeah.
pretty hard to do, man.
Was it like eight, like
Yeah.
maybe A2, where you sort of, where it started happening for you?
Yeah. Yeah. So A2 is when I like nearly whole shotted the main and then
Yeah, I was actually sitting
I
next to Loz, and she nearly
yeah.
burst my eardrum.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got some Snapchat memories and she's going ham, eh? But
Yeah, she
yeah.
was going
Yeah.
ham. I was like, wow, I love it.
So that's where it kind of clicked. Like we did a little bit of testing there and then I got six there and then like I started getting a bit fitter and just figuring it all out. And then during the week is where we made the gains. Like the days through the week were a lot better, a lot longer. Like the riding was, a lot more quality. And then the race was kind of like getting easier almost. And
Yeah.
then when Oakland come around and qualified fifth, and then was leading the heat race. Probably should have won that heat race, but I got a little bit of arm pump, and then then the main event got fifth, and then that's when it was like kind of clicked. I was like, all right, top five, ran with
Yeah.
these guys, was in like fourth, right behind third for majority of the race, and then I was sort of like, all right, I can do it. Like it was just that one little flick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to prove to yourself that that's where you are actually supposed to be.
Well, that's been the hard part because, like, you walk to the line at A1 and I'm literally like walking down, opening ceremonies, and I'm like shitting myself. Like, you're walking
Yeah.
Of
through and there's
course,
just 60,000 people, and like I look
fireworks
to my
and
right,
all
yeah,
kinds of
and
shit.
I look to the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
and I see like Dylan Ferrandis and Faulkner and Craig and all these guys that you sit and watch TV on a Sunday at home, and then
Yeah.
I'm next to them and I'm like, oh, am I good enough to kind of do this? Like you kind of second guess yourself, like.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Of
when you
course.
and then when you do it, you're like, all right, like yeah, they're not much better than you.
Yeah. And what's it been like getting to watch those those guys like the Ferrandis and the Faulkner and like kind of getting to be around those dudes? Like, do you see in your head, like, if I do this, this, and this, I can run that pace? Or like, what do you sort of like, where's your head at in relation to those dudes?
Yeah, they're gnarly, man. But you know, like I look at it like it's harder for me because I've come over here and it's not like home. So for me, I'm learning everything as I go. So they've got
Yeah.
a set schedule and everything's so perfect. Like, you know, they're at the track and their bikes are there and their teams are there and all that. So that's what me and my brother, because he's over here with me as well, we tried
Yeah.
to adapt that. We tried to like set a perfect schedule out and we'd be at the track here and we'd do this and we have a riding. Like at home, I'd kind of just wing it. I'd be like, oh, I'll do a 30 today and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, over the weekend, I'll sit down and I'll have a schedule made out of everything, like gym, what I'm going to do, what my riding day is going to consist of. And we try and make the riding more quality because I've noticed that here, like they're riding through the week. It's like race day. Like
Yeah.
they've got it all set up perfectly. They've got trainers. They've got, you know, a lot better setup than us.
Yeah.
But I've tried to replicate as best as I can. But in saying that, like I've ridden some outdoors lately, and you know, Ferrandis is out there, and he's unreal. Like I really think Ferrandis is, you know, he's an unreal rider. Like he's probably the one that when I watched all the Supercrosses, like watch back and I watched then some
Yeah.
footage and stuff like that. I think he's the best 250 rider,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. The thing too with America that I don't think people understand until you kind of live there and try get in a routine there is like it's just generally hard to do shit in America.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I've even
Yeah.
found when I've been over there and stuff, it's like, you know, say I fly to Melbourne, right, to go and do a heap of meetings. I can go, all right, I can do something at 9, I can do something at 11, I can do something at 12, and I can do something at 3. In America, you can do one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you know, if you're going to see this person here or that person there or whatever.
Yeah.
No matter what, you can only really bank on doing
One thing.
one thing
Yeah.
per day,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
fucking sucks because, like, when I'm there, I want to, like, cram as much as I can in. I want to go see this guy and then this guy and then this guy. But you can only really say, I will definitely be at this place at this time.
Yeah.
This
You
time,
can't,
yeah.
you can't commit to being anywhere after that because you can leave a meeting and what should take you 20 minutes will take you 3.5 hours.
Yeah. And that becomes
Yeah.
like a daily thing for like for you guys, like to try and ride. Pretty much you can get up in the morning, you got enough time to like get a coffee on the way to the track, ride, eat some lunch, go to the gym, and then that's it. Your day's done. Like as a rider, you in America, you cannot fit anything extra into that unless
It's mad, isn't it?
It's fucking crazy, man. And so that's like to hear you talk about organization, it's so true, and I don't think people give that much of a thought until they're there and they actually realize like you have to have so much structure just to do anything.
Yeah. Well, with Luke, if he was at home in Sydney, he could go to the gym in the morning, go riding, go to the gym again in the afternoon, go out for dinner, then go and see some friends, fit all this shit all in a day. In America,
100%.
you're going to the gym and you're going to go for a ride. That is literally it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Even out in
like
Temecula, like where it's, I guess, less busy than, say, if you were, you know, up Huntington Beach or like, you know, that way, which is even crazier again. But even down in Temecula, it's like going from...
Well, you come back from Parla on an afternoon, like if you hit
hectic,
afternoon
isn't it?
traffic, it takes... I've driven from my house to the Parla exit in like 18 minutes before, like because I used to leave to go surfing, so I'd turn right at the Parla exit to go surf, and then same like 18-minute drive, dude, I've sat there for an hour and 45 on the, you're just like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
It's fucking next level, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, people just don't get it, and I think that
and they can't,
that
and they
grind
can't
kind of
drive
wears
either.
on people.
Oh yeah, it does, man. Like it took me a while because like I said in Australia, I didn't have that schedule. I was kind of like, oh, I'll just ride here and do this and that.
Yeah.
And then I got over here and the adjustment was like, you know, you're riding 3 or 4 days a week and you know, like this is what you're doing. You're at the track at 9, you leave at 12, you back, lunch, train. By that time it's 5:36. It's like, all right, dinner, bed, do it all again. And it took me a little bit. I was like, you know, fuck, I'm getting a bit kind of like tired here and all that stuff. But like the more you do it, it kind of it gets easier. But obviously it's been hot now. It's summer too, so the
Yeah.
riding's been even harder. So that's been a hard thing to get used to because it gets hot here.